Classic TV fans, Rick Nineg here. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be talking about I Love Lucy. More specifically, talking about Queen Elizabeth II and her recent passing. I'm going to kind of honor her and at least honor her legacy by showing how much time has passed, realizing how long it really was. When Queen Elizabeth II was coronated, it was June 2nd, 1953, and she appears in an episode of I Love Lucy, June 22nd, 1953, which is super mind-blowing how long has gone by and the fact that she was around and alive for so long. Now, I'll talk about that little brief appearance in just a little bit, how she didn't really appear physically on the show. Her image appeared on the show, but they dedicated a whole episode about her when the Ricardos and Mertzes went to Europe. And they spent some time in the United Kingdom. Just a little warning out there, they didn't really go to Europe. They were just in the same old Hollywood soundstage that they did for the quote-unquote New York apartment scenes. It's the same soundstage. Nothing changed but the scenery and the backdrops and so forth. But the episode was called Lucy Meets the Queen. Now, it's from season 5, and it's a really good one because, again, the Ricardos and Mertzes had gone to Europe. It was the first episode when they were actually in Europe in regards to the story. And what happened here was that Ricky announced that he had a group of his along with him that are going to be presented to the Queen. That's, yes, Queen Elizabeth II. Now, that would happen after the London performance. Now, Lucy was able to talk him into letting her dance in the show. But after hours and hours of practicing her curtsies, Lucy developed a bad leg cramp in the middle of her big number. Now, I'm going to go through the episode in the way that the Ricardos and Mertzes, they got to Europe. They got to their apartment, and they're already looking at Buckingham Palace and Big Ben from the window of their hotel room. It's pretty cool, and they're all getting excited. They're talking about the currency exchange rate from the US dollar to the British pound, and they're building us up. They're building us up to be able to enjoy what's happening in Europe and Ricky's work, the work that he's supposed to spread his own name and his own popularity throughout Europe and England as well. Now, as the episode continues on, they venture out. They find out, and Lucy's only goal is to see the Queen. So her and Ethel, they go to Buckingham Palace, and they try to see the Queen, but of no avail. Then later on, they meet one of the guards, one of the red guards that's outside guarding, and Lucy is trying to make him laugh because according to tradition, they can't laugh. And so Lucy was trying to make him laugh, and it was such a great scene. That actor was super stoic. He was super serious, and I mean, he did not break character once. He was pretty good. But then later on in the episode, Lucy was bummed because she didn't see the Queen, but Ricky promises that he's able to have her meet the Queen. Now, unfortunately, they don't let Lucy come along. As long as she was in the show, that's the only way that she could meet the Queen. So Ricky puts her in the show, and she does that really funny dance number with 3 rings, and it's the little pony act. And in that pony act, Lucy is supposed to jump through the hoops. She really can't. All the other girls are professional. And because of all that curtsying that she was trying to do, she has a leg cramp and she can't even get through the hoop that is only about an inch off the ground. Now, the Queen, in the terms of the story, Queen Elizabeth II, was watching this show and was so entertained by Lucy that she wanted to meet her in person. And so that's how the episode ends. She is stuck in this curtsy position, and 2 men bring her along and bring her in front of the Queen. Now, we don't see that meeting because, of course, Queen Elizabeth II wasn't in Los Angeles during that time. She wasn't available for filming, but they used her name as her being off camera. But even so, the character of Lucy Ricardo did meet Queen Elizabeth II, and it was the highlight of her day. Let me know if you have seen Lucy Meets the Queen. But wait, before I end this video, I want to show you where the Queen appeared. Now, it wasn't a cameo, it wasn't her in real life, but her image appeared, and some of you may have missed it. The funny thing is, some of you may have seen it, some of you may have missed it, but it was kind of subtle. But it wasn't too much out of the way either. What episode was this from? Well, it was from season 2, and it was Ricky and Fred are TV fans. Now, you know this one. It's the one where Fred and Ricky are glued watching a boxing match on TV, and the girls go to the corner diner, only to find that everyone is watching the fight, and they're mistaken for notorious Sticky Finger Sal and Pickpocket Pearl. What a great episode. But look, in the beginning of the episode, Ricky is reading a TV guide that is commemorating the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. During that time, it had only been a few days since she was crowned queen, and I think this is the best way to end this episode, because if you think about it, that moment of that coronation, that reign expands all to basically the day that I'm making this video. I know a lot of you may watch this video after the fact, maybe even years later, but to let you know how long has passed. All of the main actors, the older actors of I Love Lucy, are gone, but Queen Elizabeth just passed away. So the fact that the reign was so long, 7 years, is really a testament to something incredible and something historical. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you were able to join me to look at this quick little synopsis, this quick little deep dive into the episodes where we see the Queen in this TV guide, where we have a whole episode dedicated to her. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks so much for the support as always. And no matter what struggle you're going through, no matter what difficulty, I go through them, you go through them, but don't forget to always stay positive, and most importantly, be hopeful. Thank you so much to everyone who supports my work on Patreon. David D, Sally N, Gerard D, Greg S, Ricky, Citizen Kane 359, Kevin K, and Vito L. If you want to appear on this list, don't forget to look at the Patreon description in the link below. Thank you.